Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. Today I want to do a reading for the collective. So let's begin firstly with my these little messages from the tea that I'm drinking, because they're really cute, so they could resonate with you. Well, let's start here. The heart sees deeper than the eye. Master the unknown by knowing yourself deeply. Okay, well, let me put the music down, sorry. Yeah, the heart. The heart sees deeper than the eye. I had interesting experience, and yes, we do that. You can't explain it, but sometimes when you're receptive, when your heart is open, you just can't help what you see. You know, you see what you see, and sometimes that truth can be painful, or sometimes that truth can be humbling, or it can just be a relief. So the dream state is very active. So you may have realized that you have there was a reading I did when I said that there was a king of earth in reverse in the subconscious, right? But then I think that was it day before yesterday's reading? But that the emperor would manifest, would come through. And sure enough, that was validated and clarified in the dream state last night. You may have overcome some energy that was trying to keep you kind of 3D bound, as I mentioned previously. It was like not to awaken or to the spirit realm, basically. But the thing is, the dream state, for most of you, it comes very clearly. The dream state for you is a place where you do get downloads all the time. And when you came across a certain group of individuals, this group of individuals were trying to convolute in order to dissect perhaps your gifts, your talents, your psychic information. Whatever that case may be, the judgment was called on them for sure. There was, I was just going to say, there was a death of a earth energy, a feminine earth energy, karmic feminine earth energy. Interestingly, in the dream, this person in the dream died on their wedding. They were supposed to be having a wedding, and she dies before the wedding takes place, or on the same day of the wedding. Now, this doesn't suggest that someone is going to pass physically. It just suggests that a transformation has occurred with a toxic earth energy, feminine. And the thing that was interesting about the dream as well is that the realization in the dream is that you were being targeted. You were being targeted to be shot. But there was like I guess you could say maybe mercy or some sort of divine intervention took place, and it didn't happen. And after the fact, then you realize that this occurs, And the interesting is that this could be someone that you were close to, someone that you were very attached to, or someone that could even be part of your bloodline. But the point is that this person, when you receive the news, you're devastated, right? You're like, wow, I can't believe, that happened. But in that moment, you realize it was like you were spared. You were spared. And so exactly like what you were experiencing about it, you were realizing, wow, that could have been my trajectory or my story, or that the whole, like the shockness of what happened to them, and that you were the bringer of the news, that you had to tell others this occurred. Because in a dream, a doctor had called me in the dream and started talking to me, but they didn't really get to the point of this occurred. Then as I'm speaking to this doctor, I see the person that they're talking to me about, which I know that what they're about to tell me is some really horrific news and about them. And when I see that person, I call her over, and I'm walking with her. And when I walk with her, it's like that's where the doctor informs me that this person has passed, and instantly the person vanishes from the dream. And that's when I'm like, oh my God, now how do I tell her, her partner who was at the altar ready to marry her. And I went to him and I gave him the news, and that was heartfelt and painful. Then I go to other people within the dream to go tell them, and in that instant I realized, I was like, wow, like you dodged a bullet kind of vibe. Dodged a bullet, like someone was aiming for you, but it backfired and it went towards this, and it seems that the person it went to, or the person that is getting the transformation, is the same person that collaborated to put the target on you. Pretty interesting dream. The dream started with someone following me on the highway. I was getting on the highway and it was nighttime, and I can see there was someone following me. And I knew that the way that they were following me, that as soon as they were trying to get next to me, it wasn't for something good. I just knew it. So as soon as they started to approach me, I ended up braking. So they kept going, and as they passed me, I could see that they were pointing a gun. And then their car veered, and then it ends up facing me directly with the gun pointing at my face. And right there, it was like it just stopped, and it transformed into like a whole other scene. So and then the scene was the doctor calling and telling me about that. So it was almost like divine intervention stopped that trajectory, or trajectory, I should say, and changed the storyline. Because when that person, excuse me, let me move this back just a bit. When in the dream, when the assassin, we'll call it, when the assassin, when the dream stopped about that, now it was being kind of like being at the supposed wrong place at the wrong time. I was in this parking garage, but it was like an open garage, and all of a sudden you could hear this commotion, like all these cars were coming, and it was a bunch of people. It felt almost like two different teams or gangs or whatever you want to call it were seeking to fight, were shooting at each other, and I was caught in the crossfire. So when I get down to the ground, I lay there as if I was dead, and they end up leaving. And after they leave, this commotion comes across again, but now it's a bunch of children, and all these children are kind of scared for their life. So I realize that we're kind of in the clear, and we go and we hide behind a cage, and we're kind of waiting there just like biding our time to stay safe until like everything really clears and make sure that it's safe. But then this leader of the pack kind of guy comes looking for who did what and who did this, was coming after one of the children. And it turns out this was someone from my past. So it could be that you're dealing with someone, like a lot of the past issues, maybe that were unresolved, or it's almost like Spirit is revealing to you all the individuals that were responsible for putting a weight on your subconscious that wasn't yours to begin with. So it's like being lifted, being released, ending. So anywho. And this was all for some kind of like money and stability, maybe like a home. Somehow, perhaps, an emperor trying to cause you heartbreak had to do with, creating this conflict so that you would move away from your own blessings and your own stability, or like what was meant for you. And then interestingly enough, these same people in the 3D reality that gaslight and harass and send their minions to check up on you and to see what you're up to and whatnot, they operate strategically, like in a pattern, and they're not just doing it to one person online. They're doing it to multiple, and they're doing the same thing. It's almost like they're testing who truly is intuitive, who truly is in touch with spirit, who is truly a high priestess or not. And it's like, because this person that sends the minions around, they gather intel and they bring it to this leader minion so that this leader minion can then adopt these they adopt the mannerisms, they adopt everything. It's like they put it on and then they project it. So it's like, I feel like they target you, they lure you, they're trying to push you towards something to create a transformation in you. But this time around, because you've what was it that it said here real quick? Master the unknown by knowing your deep self. That's what it says. Master the unknown by knowing your deep self. Because you mastered the unknown by knowing your deep self, it doesn't transform you the way they intended. It doesn't transform you in a way that brings you down or pulls you deeper into the physical reality. Now it's like backfiring and transforming them. Every single person that participated in trying to affect change in you for the negative is now receiving that for themselves. That's their karma. It just is. Look, it just came out, a victory. You get a victory over these individuals because you are the high priestess. And you have healed. You stand strong in your independence and truly in your power because you understand who you are. And it's like there's no reason to be otherwise. The Hierophant, the star, it's like you are, you know what your values are. You've healed any kind of dogmatic beliefs, any kind of, you got justice because you healed. And you saw the truth. You saw the truth of that Knight of Pentacles energy. So anywho, people that are, you know, like I said, 3D bound, meaning that they think that it's just what's on the surface. Okay, just because you're saying these words to me, just because this is what you say is, it doesn't mean that there's not a ton of information that I'm not downloading, that I'm not receiving about your energy. And that's what they don't understand. Spirit speaks through the field, through the heart. Spirit speaks when when our heart is open. And they can't, even if they did open your heart to like infiltrate your heart space, it can only hurt you for so long, because you eventually heal it, but then you become what's the word? It becomes the same thing that your vulnerability becomes your strength. So tower moments for this group. They think they're slick. They think they're funny. It's like you can see through the acting, by the way. It's a lot of acting. They're trying to create this narrative so that you could feel anxious, so that you can feel scared. And it's all a lie. It's deception. Then you got to ask yourselves, like, these little minions are so pathetic, worshiping their one little idol. And it's almost like you get the impression that they have to know that their idol is full of shit. Because if their idol truly was what they say that they are, they wouldn't need the minions to gather intel from others, so that they can then go out and put it out into the world as if it was something that they came up with. So be aware that there's wisdom and then there's knowledge. There are a lot of people can have knowledge but lack wisdom. And the wisdom comes from integrating the knowledge. The wisdom comes from experiencing. The wisdom comes from truly tuning in to the vibratory energetics that you receive back and forth, and be able to sit there and with your own discernment be able to decipher how this is playing out in your day-to-day life. But you can't explain it. There's like this thing where in the back of your mind, there's like this little, you just feel it. This is almost like you can see the Joker smirk in some people's faces when they're lying to you, and it's beyond the physical. I'm talking about like the tone of their words, or the way that their energy flows. Alright, let's start with the reading. So the truth is being revealed on a massive scale. I just know that like you're moving to calmer waters now that you are clear in your power, in your empowered being. Empowerment doesn't mean you don't feel deep feelings or deep pain even. You could feel deep pain. That's not disempowerment. What's empowering is facing and going through and experiencing everything that you're going through, and being more witness to the experience and allowing it to play out than it is. Some people think, not showing emotions, or not saying the truth, or withholding and keeping information, like if somehow that gives them a leverage. That's only on the physical. You might only gain, and it's temporary too, because in reality, nothing is hidden in the dark forever. Nothing is kept hidden. Especially from those that are willing to to subject themselves sometimes to experience some harsh truths. Those truths, when we face them, it empowers us. And that's what is needed to heal. Facing those uncomfortable truths, not just about ourselves, but about what we've experienced, the people around us. Anyway. The more I get of your strength, it fills the air. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the moon on the grave. Da, 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 da. That's a Seal. What's the name of that song again? Kissed by a Rose? Yeah, Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Kissed by a rose on the grave. Kissed by a rose on the grave. If I should fall, I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. So much he could say. My power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. Alright, guys. The Two of Swords in reverse. Someone is no longer blinded by the truth. You're no longer, with the Two of Swords in reverse, it gives me that what was hidden, you went deeply within to seek the truth. So you're no longer within or blinded. It's like you gathered the intel necessary, or you saw what you needed to see. Clarity, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, the Queen of Swords exposed everything. You were able to see, like you went within, you tapped in, and you saw everything you needed to see. A light hits the room on the grave. I'm not really sure what that song is about. I don't remember the lyrics too well, but someone is devastated. Someone is anxious. They're anxious because they see how you can see right through. You see through their mask. You protected yourself. You defended yourself, protected yourself. You were able to hold your own. And maybe even you might be like disappointed at what you saw. It could have been hard to see what you saw, but necessary, and almost like there's I feel like you defended yourself from being put in this energy. You protected yourself from being put in this energy, but it doesn't change the fact that you saw what you saw. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you see the truth that you've known, or you realize that a truth you were suspicious about, it's confirmed. So once it's confirmed, it is devastating, but it's still something that it's like, okay, I saw the truth. The truth is better than not knowing, you know what I mean? Most people, I don't know how they'd rather not know. Sometimes it's not like when we say, oh, we blind ourselves, I don't think people blind themselves because they don't want to know the truth. It's because they're still processing the truth of what they already saw. It's like, damn, why did I have to see that about you? Why did I have to know that truth about you? And it's like, no, it can't be. And then you just argue with yourself about it, or you fight with yourself about it. So it would look as if you're ignorant to the truth or blind to the truth. It's not that you're blind to the truth, it's that you're trying to prove that truth is false. You see what I mean? It's like, you can't be this evil or this malicious or malevolent. And then you realize, damn, you're finding all the ways to try to disprove that truth, and then you realize, well, okay, it is what it is. Again, judgment. And it could be about a King of Cups. You could be calling judgment on a King of Cups or someone that you cared about a lot. The Ten of Pentacles. You may have wanted a long-term commitment or a long-term foundation, but it's like whatever you were holding on to emotionally about either a family or about a certain legacy that you thought you were creating or building, you don't feel the same way about it anymore. Things are changing. You're changing your fortune. Look, now you're receiving real love because you made a very good investment emotionally. So you're going to receive very good luck when it comes to love and money, because you've invested so much. You've put in a lot of effort into healing and into diligently working towards, you were diligently working towards your Ten of Pentacles. But with whom or how is now different, or you feel differently about it. And the fact that you discovered these truths or whatever has changed your fortune, and now it's like, now the flow of love is coming through. Wait, I don't want three. One card. We have the Hangman in the environment. So you might be like feeling now halted in your environment. There might just be a pause to reflect, a pause to ponder, to shift your perspective about your environment. What is this about? You might be holding on to where you are. You might be considering staying put where you are, preserving your energy, staying adamant about your environment, holding steadfast in your environment. Perhaps that's why you're in this Hangman position in your environment. It's like gaining clarity or perspective about what it is that you're holding on to, or what it is that you need to protect, or what it is that you're going to how you're going to invest. Like what, because remember, after the 4 comes the 5, which is change. So it's like, okay, you've established a certain level of security, so now it's like, with this happening here, this investment that you made when it comes to your emotions, this change that's coming, you're going to be able to now see where what you've built so far, where you're going to take that, where you're going to go with that. Let's see what's going on in the home environment. Oh, what is going on today with these cards? There's a conversation between two masculines. One masculine is telling the other about a feminine. He's letting him know she's changed, she's happy, she's doing great, she's moved on, she's very happy, let her be. But the other one is complaining. He's like, no, let her know that I love her. Let her know that. It's like he has he has like his best friend going to his ex, telling her, he wants his best friend to tell his ex how great it is with him and how much he loves her and how well that they could be together, right? His friend is telling him, listen, it's better that you let it go. I see her happy. She's moved on. Let it be. But it's like a debate, you know? He doesn't want to accept that. She's tired of you. He's letting him know. He's like, how could she have changed? How could she have changed? He's pissed about it. Well, you know what he ends up saying at the end? He goes, that man that makes her so happy, I know she loves him. And I know it because it's me. So, this karmic masculine's best friend was being used to be an intermediary to try to get his ex back, right? In that process, the best friend fell for the ex-girlfriend. They ended up having a connection. And now, when his friend is telling him, go tell her this, that, and the other, he's trying to dissuade him. No, just let it go. You know, like as his friend, he doesn't want to have to tell him the truth about that. Well, the truth comes out because he's healed. But yeah, it's a low blow when he discovers that his best friend and his ex-girlfriend are actually happy together. Something about your environment has healed, or not your environment, excuse me, something in the home has healed. You were carrying a burden, a responsibility in the home that it could be a job that you had to let go, or it could be just a lot of responsibilities when it came to in the home. Oh, see? Oh my gosh. Justice with the family. Justice in the family. Fulfillment in the home. Happiness. Oh, this is beautiful. This could even be a marriage. Like the justice of the peace. Is that who does the marriage? Justice of the peace? Or is that for something else? Hold on. Yeah, justice of the peace. What are they authorized to do? Adjudicate on small claims? No, that's not what we're talking about. What do you call the person that marries you, man? Wait. Yeah, they do. A justice of the peace, a public official who can officiate civil wedding ceremonies. Damn it. I knew it. I don't know why. I couldn't remember, but yeah, of course. So I got the Justice of the Peace when I saw that Justice card, and then with the marriage, family. I think that's what this good luck energy is with this cups, Ace of Cups offer an opportunity of love that's beautiful. It's almost like by God's grace you get this love offer. Maybe because it's like God bestows with this the power of love. I heard the power of love. Mas yo sí me enamoré, corazón te olvidé, aunque no te niegues, los besos de tus labios, me muero por besar. There's a masculine suplicando a puro grito, no me dejes por favor. Doesn't want you to leave them. It's almost like trying to remind you of all the passionate nights and all the passionate moments that you shared. It's like, you can't leave me with everything I did with you and blah blah blah. And it's just like, yeah, okay. And he's like trying to guilt trip you. It seems you've forgotten about all the passion we had. It seems you forgot about how we used to kiss and how we loved each other. And you've lost a passion. But it sounds like that could have been just like a summer fling kind of vibe. Someone that you were not very... Maybe it was just somebody you were talking to. And they're like mad that you're denying them. But they want to kiss you desperately. And they're upset that you're saying that it's their fault. They feel like they had you in the palm of their hand. And now that you've walked away, now that you've accepted the truth of who they are, now they don't want you to leave them. Okay, let's see what's going on in the dining room. You've completed a cycle when it comes to love, or when it comes to stagnancy. So change is definitely coming. A change. You might have been very unfulfilled when it came to a certain group, so that's come to an end. A group that you were associated with, or that you were participating with, or wanted to participate in, is going to be, you've completed a cycle, because it was keeping you unfulfilled, it was keeping you stagnant, it was keeping you emotionally on a level that was no longer growing for you. What's going on in the billiard? We have the Chariot in reverse in the billiard. So there, Spirit is stopping from going forward in a certain pattern that you were in, or a certain routine that you were in. Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is, could be a Virgo energy. Spirit could have stopped a Virgo energy from affecting your health, or from affecting your work. What's going on in the 7th house here in the library? No more confusion. No more confusion about your spiritual path. No more confusion. 7, 7. 7, 7 could be significant, but yeah, you're getting a new communication coming through when it comes to either a partnership or something to do with your spiritual path. There is a masculine that cannot wait to just, well, he understands that someone lied to you and they were unfaithful, and he wants to heal your soul. He feels it was inevitable that would happen because your flame was calling him, and he wants more of it. He wants to eat you up, baby. Well, with kisses. He wants to penetrate your soul deeply, and he wants to love you very slowly. And he wants to live out every fantasy that you've dreamt night and day, or that he's dreamt of you night and day with your body. So there's a masculine fantasizing about you, and he just can't get enough of you. So he just wants to, he can't wait to have you in his arms. What's going on in the 8th house? A lot of cards in reverse, but I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing. There is a truth that you're not sharing that's staying hidden. You're keeping some information hidden. Why is this here? Ha! Your happiness. It's almost like you're not going to shine. Oh. I feel like there was a truth that was being hidden, that wasn't being exposed, but there's a lot of light being brought into that space, and it has to do with resources, other people's money. It has to do with occultism. It has to do with everything 8th house, right, related. And this information, it's like you're lighting up this 8th house space. Look at that on the reverse. There's like a truth that's hidden that hasn't been revealed. Now it's like it's gonna be illuminated, and it has to do with a soulmate. It could be a King of Wands, High Priestess. This King of Wands is extremely intuitive. What else, Spirit? Clarify the lounge, please. There's no more illusion. When the lounge, it's like you're no longer blinded by illusion. You can actually, you know that you're this Empress Divine Feminine. Someone was trying to put an illusion about your status or about who you are. They didn't want people to see you as an Empress. They were trying to keep you kind of like hidden. Let's see, why is the moon with the Empress here in the lounge? It could have been a magician. A magician was trying to create illusions to end your Empress status. Now this is somebody that wasn't very happy with who they are. They could have had heartbreak. They could have been through a lot of tough times emotionally. And from that bad space, they wanted to create some kind of like emotional distortion about who you are to others, so that others couldn't see who you are. We have a King of Swords in the 10th house. So your wisdom is showing, you're showing a lot of truth. People are starting to realize that you do speak your truth clearly, effectively, that there is a lot of wisdom in what you speak and what you know. You were able to move to a space mentally that was clear, that is the truth revealed. Like, you're revealing the truth, and either people are moving towards you to understand your truth, or you're helping others see the truth and helping others get away from conflict, mental conflict or confusion. I feel like you found your tribe, you found your home, you found your group, stable, peaceful. You know who your people are. You're a star to these people. They love you. You're the water of their life. God made you beautiful to them. Now this is just like like we said, this is in the 11th house, so it's like it's not necessarily romantic love. It's love, unconditional love, and the love that they feel is they just love you, and you love them. You feel at home and at peace with this group. This is like you connect with them on a spiritual level. Spirit is bringing you a new opportunity. This is 12th house. You're manifesting a new opportunity, a new dream, where you don't have to be defensive. Look at that. When it comes to love, a new opportunity in love where you don't have to be defensive and protect yourself. But also I'm getting that your money is protected, that what you're manifesting is protected. I say money because this is here. You're about to receive a balance of energy, because you were able to walk away from a betrayal when it comes to love and how you feel. You've proven to be very strong, Divine Feminine. I feel like this reading is mostly for the Divine Feminine, but there's a masculine that's determined to make you his, and he's claiming you. And he feels like you're denying it. He feels like even if you deny it, even if you don't believe it, you're going to be mine. And he's saying it in it sounds arrogant and cocky, but he's basically like, he knows that you're his. He just knows you're his. And I feel like that's that opportunity and love that I feel is coming for you. This person just knows. They know. They know who you are. They know who you are to them. So that's the message, Divine Feminine. I'll come back with another one soon. Take care.